Hello, welcome to Studio Spotlight 9. I am so excited to kick off this week with an awesome featured guest. Miss Lacey Platt, I just heard you speak here it's just barely over a week ago. It was incredible. And I know you're going to be able to share some of those things with our people that view us here on Studio Spotlight 9 as well. I'm excited to have you. I'm so thrilled that you're here, and I'm going to turn the time over to you because I know you have some awesome things to talk about.
Thank you, Phil. Yeah, I appreciate that. We did just see each other at that event. That was awesome. Thank you so much for the introduction and the opportunity to speak on this platform. This is exciting, you guys. It's like a virtual stage, so I'm super excited to be here on Studio Spotlight 9 today. So guys, I just want to introduce myself real quick. My name is Lacey Platt, and I run a company with my husband called Arise to Connect. We are both achievement coaches, and we help people with their goals. Because let's face it, sometimes goals can be those big, hairy things that we don't know how to do for ourselves, and we just need a little bit of help. So my husband and I love teaching people about goals, and I want to take you on that path with me today. Explain to you how important setting your goals are, and how maybe hopefully I can teach you a little bit about how to do it a little better than you have before. Because let's face it, people know how to set goals, and they don't necessarily need to, they don't necessarily know what they're doing wrong when they're not getting the goals that they set. And so I just want to start out with a quick story and take you on a journey with me. So this was about 10 years ago. I remember just being in a really horrible spot, you guys, just depressed and unhealthy, overweight, in a relationship that wasn't fulfilling me. Like, my husband and I were really struggling, and we were strapped. Financially just strapped. And I remember standing at the grocery store and just trying to buy the essentials, just the things that we absolutely needed at the time. And I remember watching the cashier as she strung up the groceries and she put them in the bags. And I just remember sliding my credit card and going, and just waiting on pins and needles to see if it was going to go through. And then I heard her say, "Oh, hon, I'm so sorry, but your credit card has been declined." And I remember in that moment thinking, oh, I see the groceries. They're right there. They're all bagged up and ready for me to take home. And I desperately just wanted to grab them and take them home. But I couldn't. I had to turn around and walk out of that store empty-handed. And I remember walking through the door when I got home, and my husband was sitting there waiting for me. And I looked at him and I said, "I'm so sorry. The credit card didn't work. I wasn't able to get things that we needed." And I remember just breaking down in tears. And guys, I cried for probably the rest of the night. I remember just feeling so defeated and so beat up and just frustrated. And I think I even fell asleep crying, to be honest with you. But when I woke up the next morning, the very first thought out of my head was, things have got to change. This is the point. Bam, this is it. From now on, things have got to be different. They just have to. They just have to be different. And I remember it sent me on a path to find different. Because up to that point, it was not cutting it. Different was not cutting it. I just needed things to be different. And you guys, it was quite a journey. It led me down a lot of paths. I attended a lot of live events. I had some coaches that I hired to teach me things. And I remember being in an event and listening to the guy on stage teach about vision boards. And you guys, I don't know if you've ever heard of a vision board, but I had never heard of a vision board. And I remember him telling me kind of the basic idea of how to set one up and the reason behind it and everything, and just feeling okay, I can do that. That sounds easy. Let's do that. And going home and setting up my very first vision board. And you guys, it was the thing that sparked my journey through through the rest of like, for a long time. It was like, okay, I got this vision board. I'm going to work it. I'm going to make it happen. And I remember learning a lot of things, going to these live events and just wanting to teach people these things that I was learning. And just thinking, someday I'm going to be that guy up on stage, right? I'm going to be that one teaching people the things that I know because it's amazing. And I caught myself thinking that in the moment, and I thought, well, why not right now, right? And so I started getting clients. I started teaching them the things that I knew, and I was super passionate about vision boarding. Like from day one, super passionate about vision boarding. And that was the one thing that I really wanted people to learn, because for me, it was life changing. Like it had started to make progress in my life that I couldn't do for myself up to that point. And so that was the very first thing I started teaching people, was vision boards. And I got more and more clients, and I started teaching them more and more about vision boards. And you guys, when you teach somebody something, you learn it too. So I was learning more and more and more about vision boards, like how to make them better, like how to make them work better, how to really focus your mind so that it's not just something on the wall, but it's something that you're thinking about throughout the day, that you're asking for resources to come to you to help you attract those things that you want to achieve the goals that you set. And you guys, it was like, I've been a coach for 5 years now, and I just remember this process I went through where I was like, oh yeah, this is the best, latest, greatest technology, like theories on vision boards. And then I was like, oh, but you know what? Now I've made it a little bit better, and I've made it a little bit better. And you guys, I just kept tweaking and changing the way I was teaching my clients how to do vision boards. And every time I made even just the slightest little tweak in how they were doing something, they would get massive results. And I was like, woo, okay, this is awesome. Let's keep going. Let's keep tweaking it. Like, let's keep changing it just that slightest bit. And you guys, I ended up creating a course called Vision Board Masterclass. And in Vision Board Masterclass, I take you from level 1, like beginner, don't know anything about a vision board, or maybe you've had a vision board and it didn't really work for you, so you gave up, or maybe you still have one and you're like, man, I really want my vision board to work better for me, right? That you're at level 1. So I really kind of ask you to kind of wipe the slate clean and start over with a fresh perspective and idea on how to set up your vision board. And then I show you exactly how I've found that it works the best. And then I have you run with the vision board like that. And then the next module teaches you your vision board 2.0. And 2.0 is like the next level. It's that next thing I found that really helped people figure out why their vision board wasn't performing. And then once I take you to 2.0, then we jump up to 3.0. And 3.0 has its own level of challenges and different things that happen to your vision board that maybe make it work not so great, or, whatever. And then we go to 4.0, and the very end is vision board 5.0. And 5.0 is like, you're a master at the vision board. You have mastered the way that you run your vision board so that when you put something on your vision board, you're getting it quickly. Like, it's giving you the returns that you want, the achievement that you want, right? And so people are always asking me, Lacey, why are you so passionate about vision boards? And I said, you guys, it's the key. Like, it really is the key to creating that achievement energy that helps propel you forward, that makes you get out of bed every day, that makes you want to do things. Because for me, that's exactly what happened. When I was in that dark place and I didn't want to get out of bed and I just was crying all the time because life sucked, right? The vision board was the one thing that it's right next to my bed. I would look at my vision board every morning and go, okay, yeah, I'm going to make that happen. I'm going to make that happen. And by getting up to make that happen, it gave me this sense of motivation and energy and excitement. And like, I wouldn't have had that any other way. It just wouldn't have happened. Like, it would have, I probably would have stayed in the exact same place I'd always been. And I know a lot of you are probably there right now, struggling to get by, thinking, oh my gosh, I thought I'd be a lot further along in my life by this point in time, right? We say those things to ourselves all the time. Why aren't I at a better job? Why aren't I going on vacation with my family all the time? Why don't I have the money to do this or that? And those things are things that go on your vision board. And those are the things that I can teach you how to get and how to achieve. So, so really quick, it was kind of crazy. Once I created Vision Board Masterclass and there was the 1 through 5, people were like, okay, well, Lacey, like what happens after Vision Board 5.0? And I was like, well, there's always room for improvement, guys. You can always do better, like get better. And so it's like the next level up, right? The next level up. And so I've really been perfecting those higher levels to help my one-on-one clients get even further. The Vision Board Masterclass is an online course you take at your own pace, and it takes you through all 5 levels. But once you've gotten through those and you want more, then that's when I usually recommend either joining a group coaching program with me or one-on-one mentoring or coaching with me, because then I can really help you hone in specifically. Because in Vision Board Masterclass, basically what I'm creating is a strong foundation of vision boarding for you. And once you have that strong foundation, then you build up on it, right? So even though, so Vision Board 1.0 being the very first level, and then you're already 5 levels into your foundation, you guys. And if you understand like how a house is built, say you try to build a house on the sand, is it gonna, like, are you gonna be able to build it very tall? No, it's gonna collapse, right? So my frames of how I take my clients is I want a strong, sturdy foundation, very solid, so that you guys have 5 layers deep of foundation just in that online course. And then once you've gotten that firm, solid foundation, then I can take you and build you up from there. And you guys have had so many programs where it's like how to build a better teen, how to build a better you, because I believe that once after you have that really strong foundational piece, then you can build up and you won't fall. Like it won't be like you have that house in the sand that just crumbles. And I feel like a lot of personal development, people are all like, yeah, this is exciting, this is great, I'm going to do all these things, but they don't have the foundational piece and they fall, and then they wonder, well, what did I do wrong, or what happened, or why didn't that work, right? So I found this happening over and over again. Like if they didn't have this strong foundation, they would fall, and they really didn't want that. And I just remember when we first got, so my husband and I attended events together, and when we got super excited about vision boarding, my kids actually were like, what are you guys doing? You guys are so different. Like, you're not the mom and dad you used to be, and you're so excited about everything. And so we were just like, you know what? You can do it too. And we taught our kids vision boarding. And that was really actually my first clients were my kids, right? Because I tried stuff on them and I would say, okay, how did you like that? Well, I got kind of lost in this or that. And I'd be like, okay, well, let's address that. Let's fix that problem. And then we can take you to the next level, right? And I saw this huge transformation in my kids, which prompted me to create How to Build a Better Teen, because I thought, oh, the kids out there, they need so much love and compassion and understanding. And if we just knew how to teach them these things, they would just take off, right? So my passion grew to include the teens, the kids, and I really started thinking, I wonder how young I can start doing this with my kids. And at the time, I had my twins, which are my youngest kids, and I think they were like 2. So I was like, okay, guys, we're going to start doing vision boards with 2-year-olds, and really seeing like how much they could grasp and how much they understood. And as they grew in understanding what a vision board was, that we look at it all the time, and the things that we put up there happen, right? And it was fascinating to me to just watch the transformation of our family, going from a place where communication and relationships were blah, just messed up and not good, right? To this amazing family where we talked about vision boarding, and we talked about goals, and we talked about achievement, and we talked about, a different way of thinking than they were being taught in school. And it was just amazing. They weren't only just achieving this stuff off their vision board, but they were achieving things at school that they weren't struggling in school anymore. And I was so excited. I thought, you know what, this is the key. This is like the answer. This is the thing that sparks that amazing transformation that I wanted to have for my clients. And so I thought, you know what, if I can teach everybody something basic and get them a strong, solid foundation, then I can build them up from there. And vision boarding has still just been that key piece for me. If I can get people to understand and participate in being willing to do a vision board, it just changes a lot of different things in their lives. So I don't really understand the relationship as to why that is, but just seeing it time and time again is just confirmation to me that, yep, that's works. That's what's important, right? So I remember my husband, he set up his vision board, and one of the very first goals he put on his vision board was that he wanted a job making almost twice the annual income that he was currently making. And it was like, okay, let's do this. Like, how do we do this? And it was a fascinating and amazing process to watch unfold. And it ended up with a battle between two different companies wanting him and them going back and forth and increasing the salary because they were competing against each other, that eventually led to him getting the exact amount of money that he had put on his vision board. Which was, I have so many stories like that, you guys, of goals that we've put up on our vision board and the ways that they've came in, crazy different ways than you ever think possible or unimaginable. But when you put it out there and you ask the universe, God, whoever you're asking to bring stuff to you, in that law of attraction, you're actually creating the ability to make those things happen, to manifest them, or a law of attraction. However you think about it, that's what your vision board is really for. And it all just stemmed back to me remembering that very first guy I saw on stage teaching vision boards. And you guys, just like Phil said, he just saw me on stage. I love to be on stage speaking about this because I'm hoping there's a Lacey in the audience whose heart I can touch. Because you guys, when I was attending that event, I had this little tiny seed of hope buried deep down inside of me that was just hoping that this was the answer, hoping that this was the thing that was going to make that change that I so badly desired. And it did. And that's what I look for, is those opportunities to teach and touch lives of those people, those Lacey's in the audience who are looking for that last little ounce of hope that they have buried deep inside, for me to spark some kind of excitement or motivation for them to want to take their life to that next level. And that's super exciting to me. So one of the things that I love to talk to my clients about most is something, I like to define it. So it's desire. Desire, if I asked 5 people to raise their hands and define the word desire to me, I would get 5 different answers. So I want to give you my definition of the word. So my definition of the word desire, when I'm talking about goal setting, is like every fiber, ounce of your being is put towards that goal. Because a lot of times we set goals that we really have no desire to even do. Like, I think of resolutions, right? Resolutions are, a lot of times they're inspired by somebody else. Like they want you to go walking, come walking with me, Lacey, let's go walking. Okay, yeah, I'll go walking with you. And before you know it, you're like, wait, why am I walking? I don't like walking. This isn't my goal. Why am I even trying to do this, right? So a lot of resolution style goals, or those even the smallest goals to the biggest goals, are things that we're not really passionate about. We don't have that desire, that every sense, I hear it, I smell it, I feel it, I taste it, like all 5 of my sensors are engaged and I want that thing so badly. And I liken it to the phrase, I'd move heaven and earth for it, right? Have you guys ever heard that? I would move heaven and earth to get that thing. And if we have desire like that for our goals, it changes the way that we look at the vision board. It changes the way that we think about getting those goals. And when we have desire like that, it becomes something that we're experiencing every time we look at the vision board, as well as throughout the day whenever we just think about it. Because you spend maybe let's say you spend 5 minutes in the morning and you look at your vision board, and then you don't think about it all day long, and then you're crawling in bed and you go, oh, yep, there's my vision board, I should look at it for 5 more minutes. Okay, you can use a vision board like that, and you may or may not get results depending on how powerful those 5 minutes are. But when I say incorporate desire, I mean you're thinking about it all day. You're talking to people about it, because you guys, if we're not sharing our goals with people, they don't even know that we want them. They don't even know that we're looking for that stuff. And there's so many times when I set a goal and I think, oh, I got this. I don't need to tell anybody about it. And it doesn't happen. And I'm thinking, okay, what happened here? And then I start talking to people about wanting it. And then all of a sudden, bam, like 5 people are like, oh yeah, I can help you with that. I can help set you up with that person, or I can show you that thing over there. And then all of a sudden I get the goal, and I missed the boat because I wasn't asking for help. I wasn't asking the universe and to come to me. Like I wasn't using that law of attraction. So desire is the number one thing that I really like to talk to people about when I talk and teach about vision boards. The number 2 thing that I really like to stress is visualization. So visualization is a step above and beyond just looking at your vision board, because let's be honest, a vision board is a visual tool, right? It's very, it's not really about your logic side of your brain or anything. It's really about the visual side of your brain. So when we think about a vision board, we think about the fact that we're trying to visualize those dreams. So when I talk about visualize, and I can run you through 2 different ways of doing it, one with your eyes open and one with your eyes closed. And I can tell you it's almost always more impactful for people to close their eyes and really experience it. So if you can create something that helps you to visualize your dreams, those goals, those things that you want, it helps really like convince your brain that you have them. So I'm going to explain a little bit about the first one. I said like visualize with your eyes open. So if I were to tell you I have a car and I'm driving it, my hands are on the steering wheel, I can feel the steering wheel in my hands, like it's leather. I can feel it. I can smell the car, the new car smell with the leather that smells so good. You guys, I can see the road out ahead of me. And I'm in this car. Are you smelling the car? Are you seeing what I see? Are you feeling like you're in a car? You are, because I'm telling your brain to see it. And so your mind's eye goes, oh yeah, I see a car. Lacey's telling me her hands are on the steering wheel. I see the road out ahead of her, and I smell that new car smell. I feel like I'm in the car with her, right? So our brain tells us that we're actually experiencing it, because your brain doesn't know any different. Your brain is like, oh, she's telling me this, so it's true. And a lot of times people miss that with their goals, because their brains are telling them, nope, this is not going to happen. I'm not on board, right? But if we can get our brains to actually experience that, then my brain goes, oh yeah, the car's in the driveway. Like I can go drive it whenever I want, right? Because it feels like I already own that car. Whether I do or not, my brain doesn't know the difference. So visualization is an incredibly powerful tool to use when you're using that law of attraction and you're trying to bring those things to you, so that you can really see, feel, smell, hear all the senses of your goals. So we have desire and visualization. And the third one I teach is inspired actions. And what this means is so you put it out into the universe and you ask for the resources to come to you to help you get that thing that you want. You are desiring it, like all 5 senses engaged. I'll move heaven and earth to get it. And then I'm visualizing it as if I already own that car. It's in the driveway. I can go drive it whenever I want, right? Then what we're doing is saying, how do I get it? Come to me on like the processes of how this is going to work, right? And inspired actions are the steps we get to take to achieve that thing. And when we ask and we put it out there and we listen for resources, we're listening for those inspired actions to take. Because when we put it out there and we talk about it and we ask, when we draw that to us, the law of attraction, it's drawn right here. And all we have to do is say, okay, I want that, right? I got it. And the inspiration comes in a form of how to get it. What do I do? What steps do I take, right? So we listen for those inspired actions. And the big key here is when you receive inspired action, You have to act on it. You can't just get the inspiration and then say, oh yeah, I'll do that tomorrow. Because here's the thing. Sometimes when you receive an inspiration, it's really only for that moment. And when that moment passes, you've missed that opportunity. And let me tell you, I've had myself, my family, my clients, friends, everybody tell me, oh, Lacey, I felt like I should do this and I didn't do it. And then, I missed that opportunity. And it's like, yeah, because the universe, the powers, the inspiration is coming. But when you don't listen to it and you say, oh, yeah, I'll do that later, it goes away. And it's like, all right, well, she didn't really want it that bad. She was desiring it, like move heaven and earth to have it. But then when I gave it to her, she dismissed it and said, nah, I don't really want that. Right? So when you receive that inspiration, you have to take action on it. So you guys, I'm super excited to tell you about the opportunity I have for you today, because I want to give you my Vision Board Masterclass, and it's normally $500 on my website, but I want to give it to you guys for $197 if you're watching this today. So we'll put the link down below in the comments. Click on that link and it'll take you to the page where you can get signed up for $197. Guys, it's the Vision Board Masterclass that takes you from Vision Board 1.0 all the way to 5.0. And I have a gal who told me she didn't think there was anything I could teach her about vision boards. And I brought her in for what I call vision board audit. And I talked to her about vision boards because I wanted her to get this vision board online class. And she said, oh, I don't think there's anything you could teach me. I blew her brain open to the possibilities. She not only signed up for the course, but you guys, she said the vision board audit was the most impactful thing. So you know what, you guys, I want to do that for you too. So if you're watching right now, I think there's 100 and something people in this group. I'm going to open it up to the first 15. Let's do 20. Let's do 20. First 20 people who text me, and I'll put my phone number down in the comments. If you text me your name and Vision Board Masterclass or Vision Board Audit, I will get you an audit. And what I do in an audit is I see your vision board. I see what you're doing with your vision board. I can tell you the tweaks and changes to make to your vision board. And I just get it working for you guys. And if you don't have one, we can talk about how to set one up. And I can go through all of that with you in a vision board. But you guys, I just want you to know you have the power to go crush your goals in 2021. And I want to be that person that can help you get them. And I'm super excited for this opportunity to be here today to talk to you. And the amazing platform that Studio Spotlight 9 has and what it offers for everybody. And I'm super excited to have been here. And Phil, thank you so much for bringing me on. And I know that you want to wrap this up because we're almost at 30 minutes, but I really do appreciate your time. And thanks for joining me today.
Oh, you are so welcome. I'm so glad to have had you on. I know personally for me, vision board was a big deal.
Yeah.
I was similar to you. I'd never even I think I'd vaguely heard of the concept before, but never even considered it anything. And I'll tell everybody that's watching, seriously, it's a big deal. So, and from what I'm seeing, Lacey knows a thing or two or a million about vision boards. So she's the person you want to talk to about this.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
You're very welcome. I am so happy to have had you on here. That was awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
And I know we have some other awesome guests upcoming here on Studio Spotlight 9. So keep following this page. Make sure, tell your friends about it. Share it. Do anything you can. Remember, we have a point system in place where likes, shares, and comments all give you points that add up for 7 days. And Lacey, share. That gives you more points.
I'm definitely doing that.
Gives you more points. And anybody else that comes on here, you get more points for doing the exact same thing. I know there's so many people here that have so many awesome things to share and messages that they know are important. That's what Studio Spotlight 9 is for. Thank you for being here today, Lacey.
Thank you.
Super excited to have had you. And we will see everybody next time on Studio Spotlight.